Hello, everybody. I am going to touch about a subject that I've been writing a lot about lately. I've been writing about lately, which is basically the Prince Charming syndrome. And what I mean by the Prince Charming syndrome is I mean this kind of fantasy that I was brought up with, that I am going to be saved one day by Prince Charming. And it's a very, very exciting fantasy. It's a very, it gives so much hope that I don't have to take responsibility for myself, that something soothing is just going to come from the outside. And I guess that because it reminds us of motherly care towards the child, I guess that this is why the Prince Charming syndrome is so strong in little girls, and why it's so easy to fall into this trap that love will heal everything, love will save me from myself, it's not even love, it's really relationship, it's really Prince Charming will save me, will put an end to my suffering, and I'll be happy forever after. Which actually makes me wonder, what is the message for the guys, that they are supposed to be saving women then? To be saving their queen, and then everything will be great. And I think it's just the most annoying. There's so many annoying points with this, but the most annoying point with this Prince Charming syndrome is that basically, now that I am in a relationship, okay, I've been in a few before, but let's just say, now that I'm in a relationship, I see it's not even possible. It's not true at all. It just gives no fucking tools of how to navigate relationships. It's waiting for the Prince Charming, more than waiting for the Prince Charming, because if I stop at that point, okay, I'll fall super in love, and once I'll be in a relationship, forget about the Prince Charming having to take care of my wounds, but once I'll be in a relationship, the love will heal all of my wounds, and I'll live forever happily ever. I'll live happily ever after. But then, if I'm in a relationship and I really love my partner, what happens when we fight, when we disagree, when we're not happy with each other for whichever reason, when we have doubts? It's just, okay, then it means it's not the right one. I have to look for the next person. It's just, it's just the worst story you can give to someone to navigate life after, because it leaves you toolless. And I think it's so not representative of what actually happens in life. It's so frustrating. And I have really been observing my relationship with my loved one, and I've been observing the relationships of people around me, and I know that it's, I want another narrative to be out there. I want another narrative, and I would like the narrative of a relationship is not only successful if it lasts forever. I can see in friendships, I had some friendships that were very valuable when they were there, and then life happened and these friendships finish, even without, a big ending, a big cut, big whatever. If I think of, for example, traveling, I'm meeting amazing people, I move out of the country, and then I don't see these people again. I might chat with them a few times on Facebook or whatever, and then never again. And it doesn't mean that this relationship wasn't good. It doesn't mean the relationship wasn't amazing. And I think this is really the annoying, I was going to say the most annoying part, but I already said the most annoying part, right? Yeah, so this desire that everything must last, and if it doesn't last, then it's not good, puts so much pressure on my own back, And also this fear of oh shit, if there's something difficult, then I have to take the whole relationship and kind of put a pause and like, okay, now let's think, is this really worth it? Is this right? Is this going somewhere? Like I find that it's so black or white, the Prince Charming fantasy, the love will save you fantasy, that it's either everything will be good or everything will be bad. And because the reality is that we always have a mix of both, yeah, we're fucked. We're just fucked. Yeah, so I'm annoyed with this Prince Charming fantasy, and I am doing everything I can to recondition my mind to get away from that fantasy, and yeah, I'm angry. That's it. Angry.